lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. Always look at the bright side of life was a song that was sang by Celtic supporters back in the 1990s when, let's face it, we weren't going through the best of times as Celtic fans. Yep, it wasn't the best of times, but there was a song that was absolutely brilliant that the Celtic fans sang. In this video, at least we aren't one of them. Yep, at least we aren't one of them. We're going to listen into just the insight into the life of the Sevconian.
We've all done it. The sniper, when I was about 6 or 7, I set fire to the curtains with the wee soldier parachute toys and blamed it on my wee sister. She was only about 4 at the time. So there we go. There's somebody willing to put their head above the parapet and admit.
What?
When they've done something.
What? Anyway, goes from bad to worse.
And then Rangers, of course, don't forget, you've got Man U as well. Same week, I think.
And Tottenham.
I'm pretty sure.
We've got Tottenham at home. And oh dear.
But you're doing well in Europe, though.
Doing fine in Europe.
You're doing well, not
The
really.
best performances have been in Europe, Gab.
They're all over something, haven't you?
I'm waiting on coming on here. I don't know.
Europa League, but not in the league.
A bit of a going over.
Why couldn't they turn it on then in the
I don't know.
Europa League, but not in the league?
I don't know.
Yeah, so you've got the humper rod over something, haven't you?
I'm waiting on coming on here.
On about earlier, I said I can get through to Trump before I can get through.
Bottle of whiskey and he's never get back to me.
Sir,
Well, that's just what?
I think you can write off Rangers mounting a title challenge this season. It's been really, really poor so far. And I mean, the first 45 minutes on Saturday was as bad as I've seen. Albeit the second half there was, opportunities created and might have nicked it, but I think overall a draw was a fair result against Dundee United. But that's where Rangers are at this moment in time.
Dry your eyes, mate.
It's been poor. There's no getting away from it. In terms of Celtic, they were pretty dominant, in the capital on Saturday night, comfortable enough win. But for Rangers to, for anybody still speaking about a title challenge in Scotland, there's absolutely no chance. Rangers have got a fight in their hands with Aberdeen. Finish second, obviously finish second. Hands with Aberdeen to finish second. Obviously lost at the weekend, got a point last night. But from Rangers' point of view, they need to just worry about themselves and pick up performances. The performances need
spit it out
to get better and start picking up points, 3 points on a regular basis, because it's not been good enough.
Do you not see there being any chance then that Rangers can catch Celtic? Of course, it would need Rangers to be flawless between now the end of the season and Celtic to fall away, which they don't look like doing so.
No, I can't see it. I think Celtic, in terms of where they're at right now, in terms of their squad, the performance levels, even Saturday night, Hearts had caused them a few problems, but Celtic find a way to grind them down and then all of a sudden hit them for 4. The changes that Brendan Rodgers is able to make can impact the game. And I think that's one thing that Brendan is very good at, is making those in-game changes. And it does make a difference when you've got better players coming off the bench and that, but even little tactical tweaks, Brendan is very good at it. And you've got to say that, for Aberdeen, listen, they've started really well. Probably, they'll look at it. I mean, I felt as if last night a draw was a fair result. But when you look at, they're leading with 2 minutes to go, you'd have expected them to see the game out. They didn't. So for me, looking at Celtic, they're in a really good place. Aberdeen, for me, will fight it out for Rangers for second place.
He's awfully confident of that, but some people aren't.
But everything else, I have no complaints over. The fact that I've got a lot of complaints over, and I dare say we'll get into them over the next.
I don't have to. We don't want to. We
so.
can just talk randomness.
Yeah, I mean, I think that some of the listeners might prefer that, but I'm sure it's nothing that the listeners aren't feeling themselves. But no, I'm away. I don't. Leave it to the guys.
I tried that. I did try that. I went away for 3 days, and I only had 3 shows out in the time that I was away, and 2 of them get fucked up.
There you go.
For success, you need to have a team I think that's in harmony. And that first half at the weekend, mate, that didn't look like a team that's coached to me, and we're so easy to play against. And United, they're not a good side, no disrespect, they're not a great side, but they worked hard, and that was all they had to do, like this. Because I just don't think that if he had the ability to change it, then I think he would have done it by now. It just stands to reason, doesn't it? So, yeah, I didn't take anything positive out the game at the weekend.
Yeah, there you go. Didn't take anything positive at the weekend. Back to Boydie.
You see being the main concerns for Rangers right now, the goals simply aren't flowing at the moment, and they seem to be leaking at the back as well.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue for me. Rangers in terms of scoring goals. They are creating some chances. They had a couple at the weekend where you felt as if
it actually looks as if it's going to cry.
An absolute stick on. Walton and the Dundee United goal pulled off some fantastic saves, but you look at Rangers, half the league have scored more goals than them, and by the time Rangers kick off, that's not going to change, and we'll be in December come the weekend. So I look at Rangers, and defensively they might be okay-ish, but going forward they're not in a place that you'd expect to see a Rangers team. There is players there, I think.
Where exactly would you expect to see a Rangers team? Because I'm old enough to remember when Rangers won that. They're a bit the same as what they are just now, actually. So is it the fact that they have just went back to what they were and before their little hurrah in the 90s?
Kearney, Bajrami have done reasonably well since.
It's funny that we talk about that now in a historical fact, isn't it? They had a little spell during the 1990s where everything was going good for them, but that was in a bygone era. That was like 20 odd years ago now. It's coming up for 30 years ago now since they were dominant in Scottish football. 30 years. Think about that, Boydie.
Coming in, Dessers, you see it in glimpses, but not consistent enough. But from that midfield area, I feel as if Diamonde, Raskin, and Barron, they're all the same type of players, and none of them really get up and do anything in front of goal. They'll break up the play, they'll try and start moves off, but in terms of that goal threat, Rangers are lacking, and you feel as if Dessers is going through a tough period right now, and if he's not scoring goals, then who else is going to do it? Cherny's chipped in recent weeks, but Rangers need more from an attacking sense.
Yeah, they do, don't they? Anyway, will they spend it wisely?
I have sent you, Mr. Stewart, I have sent you 3 messages thanking you very much, thanking you very kindly for a bottle of whiskey that came flying my way, and I have received no reply.
Well, Rod gave me his new number. I was meant to pass it on to you and I didn't.
Okay, listen. Oh, you've got my new number. No, my number hasn't changed. You've got my number now. Repeat that again, please, Coisy. And let's not mention the Rangers, shall we? This morning.
Yes, you got on to your Champions League game tonight. We'll leave it in.
I'll leave it. Just don't talk about the Rangers. Anyway, let's get back to this strange lot.
Who could it have been? But no, we'll see the guesses coming up. Don't want to ruin it. If I got it right.
What?
If that's the case, and back to your kind of first statement, you're bringing a guy in who's scored 3 goals in 57 games in the first team. You try to tell me that, and I know that I repeat this all the time, and folk will get fed up with me saying it. But you try to tell me that a Finlay Curtis, a Zach Lovelace, and Archie Stevens can't come in and do that same job.
Right, there you go.
I said in the member show the other day that I think we'll be beat 2-0.
I'm going to rest him, and.
But then the left hand side. So maybe it's a wee gamble. He could maybe put Diamante on the left.
Yeah, there you go. Don't even know what he's talking about now. Do you?
Yeah, it's getting worse rather than better.
That's what I thought exactly. But never mind.
I'm not saying this guy's got to be a success. Nobody can predict it, but at least you look at his CV and think he's smart. He knows what he's doing, right? Which feels like a step in the right direction. So that's a building block. That's a foundation. Hire a chairman. That's a building block. That's a foundation. Hire a new manager. That's a building block. That's a foundation.
And then rinse and repeat. Re-record, not fade away. Don't remember that advert? Re-record, not fade away. fucking skeleton. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little laugh just to cheer you up this afternoon. See you tonight on the live. Will they be live tonight? Yeah, because they kick off around the same time, so I might need to do it a little bit earlier. Anyway, on that note, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world.